Hey guys, PBJ here in the house. I'm going to be doing a video about this later in the day, and actually with video with the actual commentary of this particular person, woman, girl, whatever you want to call it. But I just thought I'd do a precursor to kind of let you know what you're in for. Brett Cooper, okay. For those who don't know who Brett Cooper is, she was previously on the Daily Wire. She had a show that was very popular, apparently. I don't know what it was about. I never really gave it much thought. I don't know what happened. She was fired or let go. I don't know. I don't know all the details in her leaving the Daily Wire. Frankly, I don't really care. It's not really important to this conversation. She has, however, joined up with the likes of, echoed the likes of Matt Walsh and quite a few people on the right who have, not quite a few, but a few on the right who have said, this metastasizing anti-Semitism that's rising on the far right, on what they call the woke right, should be ignored, and all their efforts unite, and all their efforts should be concentrated on the left. I made a previous video about this where I said this is crazy because you need to get the cancer out of your people before you go and take the plank out of the left's eye. The left is lost, and you want to know why the left is lost, Brett Cooper? Because they made the decisions to build their lagers, or put around their foundations around the wackiest of the whack. The Ilhan Omars, the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders. That's why they lost power. And here you are doing the same thing. She was criticizing the Republican Jewish Committee, RJC. They had their conference. Quite prominent Zionists and Jews spoke, such as Mark Levin. And in this conference, they brought up this was the main drive of the conference, to say, we've got a serious problem on the right with anti-Semitism, and we need to root it out, and we need to separate ourselves from these people. I can't argue with that at all. She has a problem with this, because she made an entire video about it in her, wherever the hell she was, in some apartment building or whatever, saying, well, that's so hypocritical. Mark Levin was once a never Trumper. And yeah, okay, so was a lot of people. When Trump first ran, a lot of the people that support him now didn't want him in. They wanted Ted Cruz in. And they wanted Ted Cruz to be president, or the other guy. I can't remember who the other guy was running. But basically what I'm trying to say is this. It's not hypocritical. These people, there were Jews and Gentiles in this conference. It's not just Jews. But they said, this is what's happening. And at that time, Brett Cooper, for some reason, doesn't seem to want to call out anti-Semitism on her because, it's not about that. Tucker Carlson having on Nick Fuentes, which he's perfectly entitled to do, but don't think we cannot go after them and call them out. Free speech works both ways, honey. Okay? You don't just get free speech. We get to criticize you. That's our free speech. And call out the evil that is rising on your side, which you refuse to acknowledge. That's dangerous. Tucker Carlson had no problem. So they're calling us Nazis, and that's exactly what the left is. Well, hang on. When you actually are a Nazi, when you actually are spouting anti-Semitic tropes, like your friend Candace Owens, who you refuse to condemn for the evil that woman has said, you are the problem. You are the ones that are going to destroy this movement. And you will have no one to blame for you but yourselves. Matt Walsh, I put you squarely in the camp of this little bitch. You call out this evil. You don't let it metastasize and stand with what? You're going to stand with the anti-Semites and people like Nick Fuentes, who says that women want to be raped. Do you agree with that, Brett Cooper? Or is your blind allegiance to fight against the left totally takes your mind off that? Nick Fuentes is trying to oil his way, and he's doing a good, well, thanks to Tucker Carlson, who's got himself now mainstream. These people are going to, this is a cancer growing on your side, and you are refusing to acknowledge it. Instead, you attack the RJC. Then the Jews who are concerned about this, I think after 3,000 years of persecution, I think the Jews have a little bit more of an acute sense of this kind of thing than you do. And yes, Tucker Carlson has been saying some fucking crazy shit. Tucker Carlson is possibly linked to Qatar. And these other influencers, who, by the way, came out and blamed Israel for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Your friend, Candace Owens. You're going to ignore that, or do you agree with it, Brett Cooper? Do you think Israel killed Charlie Kirk? Do you believe all these anti-Semitic tropes? Well, then stay with them and go and fight the left with them, because frankly, we need to cut these people out of our movement. They need to go and start their own crappy movement. Because quite frankly, I'm not going to stand with anti-Semites. I'm not going to stand with Jews who who decided to throw their own people under the bus and invite on all kinds of these disgusting people. I don't want to stand with people like that. If you want to, you go right ahead. But I'm going to call them Nazis, whether you like it or not. I'm sure Mark Levin feels the same. The refusal to acknowledge that there is a cancer growing on your side, that and by the way, they're sounding a lot like the left on certain things. A lot like the left. Oh, you can bring, what are you calling us Nazis? Because, what, have you heard what Nick Fuentes has said? Have you been seeing what Tucker calls? I can't. To give her an out, I would say she hasn't actually watched what these people are saying. Megyn Kelly's the same. Refuses to call these people out. Will not do it. Blind loyalty. We're not going to call them out, even though they are spouting disgusting rhetoric. By the way, people say Tucker Carlson was a friend of Charlie Kirk's. Do you know that Charlie Kirk despised Nick Fuentes? Carlson's on the board of TP USA. Sat down and had a conversation. And by the way, before you say, oh, he's allowed to have a conversation, he's perfectly allowed. But I get to call him out for it. He never asked this man one hard question. He gave him a softball interview, just like he did with Putin, just like he did with the president of Iran, just like he did with that other sand monkey from Qatar. No hard questions. Agreed with the guy. Let him spew all his stuff with not 1% of pushback. Praise Sharia law. You for that, Brett Cooper? You want to stand with Carlson? You want to stand with Nick Fuentes? To take on the left? Which is what actually happened on the left was exactly what you guys are doing now. The reason they're not in power anymore is because they decided to rally around their crazies. And this is what you're doing. And you sit there with a smug look on your face like, what are you saying? We're not. When you start labeling, they've been labeling us Nazis. When you actually are spouting Nazi rhetoric, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, it's a duck, is it not? When you're having on people that have deep anti-Semitic views on Jews and Israel, that spout conspiracy theories, that say that Hitler wasn't that bad in World War II, yes. Unless you agree with it. I'm not going to stand with a guy who says that Hitler wasn't that bad and that Winston Churchill was the real enemy of World War II to fight the left. I'm not going to stand with someone like that. And that's what Mark Levin was. Mark Levin's, I'm 110% behind him. And quite frankly, the Megan Kellys and the Brett Cooper and go form your own movement and hang out with these people. If you feel that you want to take on the left, go by all means do it, but don't call yourself a conservative and don't say you're part of our group. You're out. Go start your own one with Nick Fuentes at the helm. We'll see how far you get. We'll see how far you get. I'm tired of this bullshit. You can take that other fucking asshole. What's his name? Jim Brewer with you too. He's a piece of shit. That fucking asshole. And Crowder, call him out. He's your buddy. And that JP Sears, that guy looks like he's covered in fire ants. That with the long hair, who's the most unfunny fucking guy I've ever met. Take him with you too. These are not conservatives. They've decided to plant their flag and think that with all that's going on in the world, with the Arab world, with the Russian, they've chosen their enemies, Israel, Netanyahu. He's the worst thing. I'm not going to stand with cocksuckers like you. You go ahead and make your own fucking movement. I'm not going to be part of it. And I'm not going to stand with people like that. And I would hope just the sensible people. There is a split now in the conservative movement, and I say that very loosely because I don't believe most of these people I'm talking about are conservative. We're quite happy to go against Israel, and the sickness of anti-Semitism has overtaken them, and they are just. Tucker Carlson is just spewing. He hates Christian Zionism. Then he made an apology, which wasn't worth the 5 minutes it took for him to do it, on Dave Smith's show, by the way. Yeah, you want to make an apology because so many people watch his show. He went on the show and he said, "Oh, look, I don't really dislike Christian Zionism, but he hates it." He said he hates them more than any, or despises them more than any other people. Jihadis, Nazis, every bad person, mass murderers. He hates them. That's what he said. He hates them more than any of these people. And I believe he's sincere. So Brett Cooper, let me ask you again. Do you want to stand with someone like that? Or do you hate Christian Zionism? It's fine, honey. You can say it. You're an American. You've got free speech. So do I. And yes, the guy's a fucking anti-Semite, and I'm not going to stand with him. You can go and stand with them, wave your flag to defeat the left or something, but you are my enemy. And I'm not going to stand with you. I'm going to call the left out, I'm going to call you out. Because quite frankly, you're the same people. Let me make this very clear to Americans, to British, to any goddamn person in the West that is peddling with this fucking shit. If America turns against Israel, mark my words, America is finished as a superpower. Finished. And why can I say that? Because every country that's turned, or any empire that's turned against Israel, go and look at what has happened to them. This is a demonstration of your society falling apart. You should be very concerned. And stop worrying so much about the left. And start worrying about what's going on in your own camp. Nick Fuentes has now gotten in, thanks to Tucker Carlson. A neo-Nazi who praises Hitler, who loves Hitler, cool guy. Loves that ridiculous song written by that joke of an artist. First of all, I don't understand who writes that. Kanye West. His music. Somebody writes that shit? The guy, all these hip-hop fucking bands, they steal from mainstream artists that have made beautiful songs. They take them and they fucking fuck them all up. He is not a genius. He is not a genius. His music sucks. I would never listen to something like that. Yeah, people actually enjoy this guy's music. I don't know why. But Nick Fuentes was quite happy to parody that song and sing it You know, these are the people you're rubbing shoulders with, Brett Cooper. Why should I look at Mark Levin and say, oh, Mark's wanting to cancel everybody? Listen, yeah, they did cancel David. No respectable other than Jake Shields and these people on your side would have a person like David Duke on, or some white supremacist hater. Why? Because they're evil. Because they're saying things that are disgusting. And the blacks, the Farrakhan's, why would you have them on? They are evil people. The black Hebrew Israelites are a hateful people. And we should reject them. I'm not prepared to sit in the company of neo-Nazis. I'm not prepared to do it. I would rather see the left take over again than say, oh, let's fight the left, even though we've got people espousing some sick rhetoric. No, you clean up your own house first, lady. And if you want to stand with them, no one's stopping you. Go ahead and stand with them. Go ahead and stand with them. There's this other girl, Lily something or other. Blonde, blue-eyed, Eva Brown, who is also a racist, an anti-Semite, all of the above. She ticks all the boxes. A hateful bitch. Very attractive girl, same as Brett Cooper. But a hateful bitch. Who praises people like Nick Fuentes, defends him. These are the people that Brett Cooper wants to stand with and defeat the left. The Jews are responsible for everything, according to Nick Fuentes. Same with this Lily chick. Responsible for everything. It's not their fault that their country's falling apart. No. It's the Jews. The Jews have caused it all. What about the contributions that Jews have given to America? Let's talk about that for a second. You wouldn't have a popular culture without the Jews. Comics. Stand-up comedy is a Jewish thing. Hollywood. Oh, well, Hollywood's decadent. Oh, no, yeah, whatever. It made America, put America on the map with the incredible movie industry. Lawyers. Incredible things the Jews have contributed to America. What have you done, Lily? Other than sit in your fucking kitchen and talk through your little mic. You've got a little voice now. You've got a cam, and now you can talk about how she hates the Jews and the blacks. You're a hateful little bitch. Get that hatred out of your heart, man. Brett Cooper, open your eyes. You're willing to stand. You don't want to denounce a person like Candace Owens. You're telling me you haven't seen what she's been saying. Free speech is one thing. But when you're blaming, she's blaming the Mormons for fucking killing Charlie Kirk now. Next it's going to be the Amish. The woman is insane. And if you want to help her, be a friend to her, get her some fucking help. It's obviously down on her meds, which probably were made in Israel. But anyway, I have had enough. I have got Jewish heritage and I am goddamn proud of it. I am so proud to be part of a tribe that have given so much to the world. Some bad things, yes. They do bad things. Jews, there are bad Jews in this world. There are bad Israelis in this world. But what we have given to the world, to America alone, we gave way above our weight. Israel, how much does Israel give to America? Huh? I'm tempted to say, okay, why don't we just call it quits on this relationship and then we see how they handle it after that. No more intelligence. You're deaf, dumb and blind in the Middle East. Yes, yes, Japan is not your greatest ally. Israel is your greatest ally. Because they're actually giving information, giving intelligence that keeps you people from being blown to smithereens. That's a fact. But Jews have given disproportionately to the success of America. Absolutely. More than any other group, I would say. If you look at the popular things that have made America the jewel of the what do they call it? The shining city on the hill. Movies. The American dream. All those things. Publications. The Jews are always at the forefront of those things. Why? Because they're ingenuine. They're good at what they do. It's got nothing to do with Jewish supremacy. It's got to do with they're goddamn good at what they do. They are blessed people. I'm sick and tired of these sad sacks who are so angry at what their lives have become and they choose to blame Jews for it. Stu Peters, this fucking cocksucker, can't take responsibility for his own mess-ups in life. He chooses to blame the Jews for it. That other guy looks like a 70s porn star, Ian Carroll. First thing he did when this happened to Charlie Kirk, comes out with his little conspiracy. But you are just a sad sack. He looks like a fucking... like he should be wearing a robe with fucking chains and oils and all that shit. That's what he looks like. This little cocksucker has got nothing of benefit to offer us. Yet Brett Cooper's quite happy to stand with him and go after the Jewish coalition, Republican coalition. Really? Well, this is a dangerous time for America, and the Qataris have gotten in on both sides now. All it took was a bit of oil money to make these people drop to their knees. Not to mention the fact that they were involved with the Russian thing too. On the conservative side. Lauren Chen. Well, no one knows where the fuck. I'm glad we're not seeing her around anymore. She was an anti-Semite too. And she was working for the Russian government. I mean, it's just disgusting. And I'm pretty sure that these influences on the right that have come out as staunch against Israel and Jews are definitely on the payroll of some organization. I don't think this is just out of the goodness of their hearts. But anyway, I'm going to make a video about it later and I'm going to debunk it bullshit. Stick to teen videos and Vogue and fucking talking about chicks' dresses and whatever the hell she used to talk about. Stick to that shit. Because clearly it was a popular thing. Anyway, see you later guys. Bye.